Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, amazing, spectacular Propagandacast from your host, Pearl Dane, the one, the only master propaganda hero of defender of the fatherland, off here to a 1v1 on Nexus. In the east, it is Treadz fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Here rolling out with the Kampfgruppe Wolf, with defensive, mobile defense, and Festung Armour with triple infantry versus the west. It is Pax Ajax fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union, Comrade Stalin. Here the Guard motor forming up the 7th Mechanized Corps with T-35 medium tanks, the 120mm mortar, heavy mortar specifically obviously, Guard rifle infantry, vehicle repair training, and marked vehicle. Triple infantry bullets there as well for Pax Ajax. And as always, a big hearty thanks goes out to my patrons and supporters, these champions, these heroes are the Propagandacast for keeping the business, and without them, I'm certainly able to keep doing this. You too can join the heroic ranks by pledging on Patreon yourself. You can always just donate. Links are in the video description. You can always just comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button. Keep me happy and keep Basil and the YouTube algorithms happy. We got a double conscript engineer build here from Pax Ajax, so the more engineers in the early game to seize more territory. Treadz is yet to commit to Docton here, and before two gunners heading for the south, while pioneers to be dispatched on a small northern bound mission. First engagement happening here by the southern fuel point gunners clashing with engineers. Shots being blasted away as the engineers fall back, hoping to bait the gunners into closer range, but also buy more time for other infantry to arrive here. Machine gun setting up here as well, so Treadz is already a bit ahead here of Pax Ajax, and there go before he met with MD-42. Sergei drops dead as his body is riddled with bullets. Up north there, pioneers continuing for the northern fuel point. Second gunners got halfway down there for Treadz. In the south though, where the fighting continues, and now we've got a standoff there over the southern fuel with the MD-42 trying to keep things of course locked down, and the gunners now have to keep the flanks of the MD-42 secure, as that is likely where Pax Ajax of course going to try to hit next. Third conscript there for Pax Ajax. Second gunners go arriving there, go pushing for fuel again, trying to make the best use of the terrain to cover things up from the MD-42, but sadly not enough, and the engineers are suppressed and routed. North, the fresh conscript arriving here, dealing with the pioneers by the northern fuel pump, but they will be able to grab it and connect it, securing here Treadz and precious fuel against Pax Ajax. Machine gun be positioning further. Up north, the conscript looks like they might try to sneak up behind here and hit Treadz on the northern side, realizing the south side could be too much effort to really bother with initially, and so just head for the north. There's really only one pioneer squad really as an obstacle here for Pax Ajax and the Red Army, so swinging northwards here honestly makes a ton more sense for Pax Ajax. I mean, usually it comes down to, like, particularly in the early games, just find the path of least resistance, you just make as much as you can now, unless you can, like, catch your opponent off guard and deliver some serious damage. Meanwhile, tech there for Pax Ajax, the support Campania. Sandbags on the card point, pioneers routed. In the south, machines go on the fuel point, gunners grab the victory point. We do get a conscript coming in here, perhaps something just to disrupt here Treadz, but instead gets disrupted by the MD-42. No tech yet here for Treadz. He's going to go for 4th Gunneer Squad here versus Pax Ajax, as there's something else going on here with Treadz. Done there. Might see a Maxim, probably going to see a field gun at the very least. Could see a mortar, and there we go. Treadz with the 4th Grenadier. Yeah, 4th Grenadier definitely seems to be, like, you know, very common build again here for the Wehrmacht. Very common. He's been forged back up the conscript, and we got field of and grenade upgrade actually for Pax Ajax. I was actually expecting the field infantry here, but grenades certainly also make some useful bits here. Grenadier squad almost finish off the conscript here, but they got con flanking in there, and there you go. Molotovs now available, suddenly materializing in their hands, allowing them to toss at the gunners and catch them in a personal little inferno. My God, Jürgen, he burst into flames. What hell is this? Yes, Basil, Molotovs are nasty. South here we got conscript engineers routed. Troops reinforcing, or at least should be reinforcing here for Pax Ajax. North here, conscript they're being surrounded by the Grenadiers. Might also be because again of the triple conscript dominant builds become so common, it actually creates an opening then for Wehrmacht players just to push in more Grenadiers to that way actually gain infantry superiority against their opponents. So I suspect that's also just part of the game there as well, and sort of how the metagame evolves. You know, player A, you know, one side typically begins doing one thing, the other players look like for one way to exploit this, and they begin doing that. In this regard, again, triple conscript Grenadier build does seem to be effectively vulnerable to more Grenadiers early on. They could give threats to also just, you know, rush out Panzer Grenadiers. But yeah, they'll find one note there. North here, Grenadiers needs to try to grab back the northern fuel point. Pax Ajax going for a flank, catches the machine gun here, possibly off guard. That's going to be a bit of a coup here for Pax Ajax and force that retreat, would open up the south side wide open. Going to fight up north here with engineers. Medic bunker ready. Tech on the way there for Treadz and the German army. The Kampfgruppe Wolf. A Kampfgruppe is basically just designation for, like, you know, the assorted elements put into, like, you know, a typically battalion or regimental sized group there within the German army to, like, achieve a task. In fact, there's typically, so say, some usual lines you'd see, like, if, for example, a Panzer Division broke into, like, in terms of Kampfgruppe, for example, you had, like, the armoured battalion put together with one, like, battalion of Panzers, then you have the motorised infantry elements together with another battalion, and there's, like, you know, the armoured reconnaissance elements typically put together, and, say, for example, tank destroyers and tank guns. At least those were how they roughly did at the start of the war. I'm not surprised that didn't change too much, so little fun note there in terms of organisation on the Kampfgruppen. But obviously, it could also just boil down to, like, whatever was available, and obviously, you know, infantry divisions could easily be organised as, like, you know, Panzer divisions, Kampfgruppe, for example, or infantry companies and whatnot. Machine gun making northwards, grabbing the centre deployment engineers, going for the car point. Definitely seeing some pushback now from Pax Ajax versus Treadz. Take down, but nothing further than that. Could probably see some light machine guns going up soon here for him. None of his doctrines really, though, synergized heavily, except maybe mobile defense for the large numbers. Pax Ajax going for the Guards Infantry, very good. Molotov off their Grenadiers, burning them up. Grabbing the car upon there, disrupting here Treadz fuel flow. Thumbs up there to Pax Ajax. Like to make a nice company there for Treadz and the German army. Deutschland. Controlling up at the southern victory point, they're not moving an inch. Engineers there getting healed up, but the medics will finally arrive. No further sign of tech yet there. He could try a rush out an anti-aircraft after versus Treadz, though he does have the niche for the anti-aircraft upgrade, but he could get a half-tech relatively fast in comparison to the T-70, so it could be something to consider for Pax Ajax. But then again, he's going for guardsmen, so probably the DP light machines will be, you know, soaking up munitions. So, yeah, I mean, you know, we're probably going to see the T-70, which again is fine, but, you know, sometimes you'd want to consider, like, you know, if there's something you can do to disrupt your opponent's timings and, you know, plans and all that, and similar to, like, you know, Treadz goes for full Grenadiers because it's great, especially like a triple conscript build, at least potentially good versus at least, you know, a fast anti-aircraft tactic could simply throw off Treadz because, you know, he typically doesn't expect that either. So, just some considerations. The engineers bring about there. Military force and healing. Armoured car there for Treadz. North, a bit of skirmishing by the northern field point there. Engineers doing what they can there with their mercenary guns. Pioneers taking on lost. There's Ludwig drops dead. Councillors are going to lose. We've got one light machine up already there. We've got the guards coming about. Still short on the munitions though. And there we go, another Molotov. Which definitely eats into a lot of, you know, munitions for the DP light machines and other fun possibilities there for Pax Ajax. Armour car strike up north. Guardsmen routed there in the centre by the MD42 team. Pax Ajax, I think he sort of hold on to both viewpoints, would actually able to get out a then, you know, relatively well-paced T-70 then response to what Treadz is doing. The longer this is going on, I definitely feel like it's either going to be Festung armor mobile defense from Treadz, since defensive kind of wants you like to go for the Ostrom early on. They theoretically go for the other stuff. It's just, why would you go for the Stoogie? I mean, theoretically go for the bunkers though. I mean, they have some utility. But in comparison, I think more players just more like to go for like the command tanks, the Pumas, or the command tanks and some other stuff. Comes up flanking about. Nice maneuver there by Pax. Thumbs up. He's definitely getting some good map control here. And Treadz, in response to all this infinite play from Pax Ajax, actually going for another MD42 team. Very good. Definitely noticing a increase in MD42 teams from the Wehrmacht. As you know, they start to admit, yeah, they kind of need them, and you know, they're kind of good. So, thumbs up there to Treadz. Another machine gun able to do him good. Tank group 10 coming up here from Pax Ajax. Could have that up definitely, I think, a minute sooner. Possibly even two. Just one, but even then could have the T-70 up faster. So, you know, again, not huge, but, you know, definitely some missed opportunity there by Pax Ajax versus Treadz. At least he's got both engineer squads now working on fix, setting up faster. Thumbs up there. Meanwhile, Treadz here, not missing a beat there. Goes for the car point and the fuel at the same time. Very good there. Actually, that's cutting off resources swiftly and denying them to Pax Ajax. Good play there, good play, good foresight. DP light machine gun there. On the way for Pax Ajax Guards Rifle Infantry. Can go for the T-70 very, very soon. He just needs, there we go, the man pike, and then press the button of destiny. I said, press the button of destiny, Pax Ajax. No machine gun out there. I mean, Treadz also currently does not have any anti-tank guns. So T-Sun here would be quite devastating. There we go. T-Sun a bit delayed further here by Pax Ajax. Yeah, at this point, he probably could have out like at least a minute sooner here versus opponent, which obviously would have a bigger impact versus Treadz. Meanwhile, Treadz might have a time to get up medium armor faster, meaning the T-Sun's going to have less time. It's just going to be amazing here versus Treadz. So a bit risky there, a bit risky. That said, there's the lack of Pack 40 from Treadz, so obviously the T-Sun could still end up being fairly disruptive. But, you know, there's still that small window that becomes even smaller here with every passing moment for Pax Ajax, and his T-Sun to really do some nasty stuff to Treadz. And there we go, the T-Sun light tank has arrived for Pax Ajax and the Red Army. Arm can't find way there against the Frontovix. South Economics Engineers routed. Machine gun is moving towards the cut-off point in the south. T-Sun light tank is ready for Pax Ajax. Armored car with the console going to tank grenade off here, damaging the engine of the Leica Punches Wehrwagen under Treadz command and the Kampfgruppe Wolf. Move forward to up here on the cut-off point. Might want to slightly hold it towards heavy cover there, to be honest. Guards are flanking about there. T-Sun striking from the other side, but gets within Panzerfaust range. That was a bit awkward there by Pax Ajax. A great Panzerfaust here for Treadz, as it's going to be decommissioned for a while there then. Whoa. Decommission might be a bit much, or a harsh word, but you know, highlights the T-Sun is not going to be quite as efficient as others could be here versus Treadz. And we get Treadz here with the Doctor, it is Festung Armour. I haven't seen that one in a while. Featuring the Panzer Tactician, Hull Down, the Befehlspanzerkampfwagen, the Pack 43, and the available artillery support. Right, getting it off, the armor car knocked out. And forward to the T-70. Then he's reinforcing, or he should be reinforcing. Grand Roman Ponty with the conscript, pushing back the machine gun. In the south, you've got Gunners advancing on the sun and fuel. Gunners setting out. Gunners engineers, T-Sun 40 for Pax Ajax, just fixed up the engine damage, didn't wait for any further bits. There we go, he's been engaged, but still another Panzerfaust from Treadz. He does not slow down. There you go, further casualties here, further damage to the T-Sun light tank. Pack 40 for Treadz here, final response here, which does delay his attacks, and then the T-Sun does have the impact here he may have been hoping for against Treadz. Good for Pax Ajax, but even then, I don't think it's going to be like a huge relief from unless like it's really some serious damage in here versus Treadz, because Treadz is still going to be fairly close to getting out some armor. In fact, he might even just go for a command tank. More sandbags here from Pax Ajax, thumbs up. Grand Northern points here, though it's not if he's cutting off. Right. Yeah, I think he realised he made a mistake in moving back to the fuel point. Two Cornelius got between the light machine guns. In fact, only one has not been upgraded yet now. Also got telemines here from Treadz. Thumbs up there. And Pax, meanwhile, is moving straight for the mechanized armor cover there. This time making sure he's got the timings nailed down. Very good. I mean, obviously, fuel-wise, it's going to take some time to get anything up, but having it out now, it obviously means once he then has the manpower, once he has the fuel, he can just press the button and get it going immediately. So, you know, thumbs up there to Pax Ajax, thumbs up. That said, I would strongly urge some support weapons here, either field gun and mortar maxims, preferably at least one of all three. I think that could do some good here versus Treadz for Pax Ajax. T-Sun meanwhile there continues to harry and murder German infantrymen. Exposed out in the open, they stand no chance. Guards from their fine positions against the grenadier there, could get rough grenaded, but no, doesn't happen. Oh, there we go, does make the attempt, it does make the attempt. Ravka goes through the skies and kills Petrov and Sergei. Blown to bits. Back here, machine gun at the ready. Up north, pumping seized there by the engineers. Maxim for Pax Ajax.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Grenade machine through the south. More mines, very good. No minesweepers from Pax Ajax, no minesweepers at all. So this could be very great for Treadz, who meanwhile does have minesweepers up. Thumbs up there to Treadz. Tip level against a Valve player, so player, you know, get mines because unless, you know, they're mediocre or bad, they will typically lay down a bunch of mines, particularly certain players with. Americans, British players to a lesser degree, also to a lesser degree, typically would be much rarer to like list down mines. Particularly American players tend to be, you know, the shoddiest at laying down mines. Oberquans Brits can be sort of decent, but they're typically not as sharp on us as Wehrmacht or certain players. Roughly, anyways, at least from my experience. Obviously, that misses a lot of players. Isn't that right, Bessel? There's a lot of players you don't catch that way. Yeah. North Air points being seized. Teasing in front of the Grenadiers. Take down there for Treadz. Very good. Can build the Armour Corps. Question, of course, is does it go for the command tank first, does it go for Panzer IV? And further, did we actually get to see some hull down here from Treadz versus Pax Ajax? That'd be interesting, isn't that right, Basil? In the center, we got constant hold back here by the MG42 team there. And we got the maxing out from Pax Ajax. Could soon go for a T-34 from 6, but versus the Wehrmacht, he's just going to go straight for the T-35, anticipating a Panzer IV. And the T-35 will typically be very favoured in most engagements of the Panzer IV, unless the Panzer IV is significantly veteran. So there goes the Armour Cup for Treadz. Thumbs up there. T-Snake fixed up. 6 kills, retinue 2. Points being seized. We got 367 versus 385. He does go for the T-34 from 6. I was starting to think he'd actually go for the T-35, and again, the logic for it would be sound, which is what I figured. But in this case, the T-34 from 6 is also, you know, sound because it just means more pressure now, more aggression. But is obviously less favoured in engagement versus the Panzer IV, unless Treadz says something horribly wrong with those Panzer IVs. Now set from the Pack 4 on the T-70. Second shot, the whiffs. And up north needs to be wiped out. There you go, Panzer IV for Treadz. The Panzerkampfwagen 4. Pax Ajax T-34 from Texas has arrived here to the glory of Comrade Stalin. Mine goes off, killing several Grenadiers. So sitting out there with this piece of soda engineering. And the south counter got from 14 to the M42 team there. That's T2, half 8 to 53, T for the game Grenadiers here. Pack 4 gets off a good hit on the T-34 and 6 for that with a Panzer Faust, pushing down to almost half health. Panzer IV almost done, rifling it off in the conscripts, riding them. There we go, Panzer IV ready for Treadz. The Panzerkampfwagen 4. How will Treadz respond, or for Pax H respond to the Treadz Panzer IV, we shall of course see. And will he be using, you know, the hull down ability? That'd be fun to see, isn't that right, Basil? T-Flank on his another Panzerfaust off there. I mean, Treadz is really just getting a lot of stuff. Panzerfaust, it's almost about to take out the T-34. In fact, oh, he's going to lose it here. Oh no, he's not. Why is he not moving it, Pax? Why aren't moving the damn pack? T-34, I mean, not the pack. Oh dear, yeah, that's. I don't know what Pax did there. Maybe it's just like, you know, too much else going on here, but that just felt like a very avoidable loss to be. That was not great there. And definitely an easy kill there for Treadz. That's going to put Pax Ajax in a tougher position now versus his German opponent. You should definitely, I think, try and grab the Pack 40, in particular now that he has no anti-tank guns, and also crucially, no tanks. So you can at least grab Pack 40 and turn against Treadz. I think would at least alleviate some of Pax Ajax's current issues, because again, he has got no anti-tank guns. Actually going for another T-34 from 6. He can't afford to wait for the E5. I think further highlighting that Pax Ajax has more or less managed to maneuver himself into like a bit of an awkward position, painted himself into a corner, and accidentally, you know, made a swastika while doing so, looking really awkward. And he's wiped. Really under some serious pressure here from Treadz now. Pack wiped again. Continue to achieve for the Pan, for they're going to take them out. Do get a damaged engineer, which will buy Pax Ajax a modicum of time. But the situation for Pax Ajax, I think, remains very pressured and very fiendish. T-34 systems almost done right from the guards are causing heavy losses, but the gunners themselves being murdered as well. They've got a heavy machine gun team though backing it all up, setting up for a flank there, very good. Thumbs up there to Pax Ajax. We got 329 to 380. I think needs to hoorah there, there we go. T-34 for Pax. Panther flanking in there. Molotov here I think would be a fairly decent idea. Garden retreating as they simply have too low on health, which is too risky here for Pax to risk that. Another Panther for Treadz. Pax really needs to go for some field gun at this point. In fact, I'm surprised he hasn't gone for a single field gun. I mean, most solo players by now would probably have like 2 of them out, but definitely 1. Yet Pax Ajax has very much not bothered with a single one. He thinks he's going to troll the machine there, which definitely makes a lot of sense. There we go. Thumbs up to Pax Ajax. In fact, he's cleared out both heavy machine gun teams now under Treadz command and stolen one of them. That's actually pretty good there. Good work there on Pax Ajax. Definitely less good by Treadz, but he makes up for that by having more tanks than Pax Ajax. Panther on the move, troops enforcing healing. Yeah. There's been forward, conflict taking some nice losses, pulling back. Canadian moving forward there, 18 kills, Festung 3. Got that Panther on the move, pinball machine on the way there, sandbag in the centre. Crunch on the fire from the Panzer come fighting fear. Now Bassel in my hand isn't a toy. Up north equally suppressed, in the south T-34 advancing here on Treadz positions. Got the Pack 40 moving in and backed up with the Panda 4. That T-34 will have to disengage then unless he clear out the Pack 40 before Treadz can do much here, which seems fairly unlikely. I suppose not impossible. Isn't that right, Bassel? Not impossible. There you go, T-34 engaged with the Panda 4. Pioneers routed here. Up north, the second Panda 4 strikes the maximum position. Needs to get that maximum out of there before the entire thing collapses, like the third economy in 1990. Probably before that. Anyways. Panda 4 there. Taking heavy damage. Pack crew back to cleared out. There you go. Pack crew is taught. Panda 4 they're actually getting shot to bits with the anti-tank rifles. There you go. They're going to grab the Pack 40 right next to his opponent's page, trying to finish off that Panda 4. He might almost be able to pull it off, but I think it's going to be a bit risky nonetheless. Fighting position here as well. Or fighting position. Oh, Pack cleared out again. It was a theoretically bold attempt there, but obviously had a few blatant flaws in it. But he's really close to taking out that Panda 4. That said, whether I can do it with the guardsman here, I'm not entirely sure about. There you go. Panda getting into main gun knocked out. Pop smoke there, disengages. Panda 4 number 2 mil going for a raid here, going to flank up behind Pax Ajax. Not shabby at all. Yeah, I don't think I'm necessarily going to see Stooks here, Bass, I'm afraid. Would be nice if we could. The Treadz does not strike me as a Stoog, man. Field gun final weather for Pax Ajax, thumbs up. He's also lost a machine gun somewhere along the way. Looks like it's the Maxim. Guess it was up north that he failed to get out there in time. Or, oh, he got killed there. No one's actually bothered with it. Need to retreat the guard squad before they get crushed by the mighty Panzer 4. T4 setting up, troops enforcing healing. Panther getting the conscripts, machine wing, and the T4 arriving as well. Shot fun, realistic amount of loss. There we go, Canadians push back. Up north, their point ceased. Overlooking the Maxim, just not carrying. Treadz could go for another Panda 4. Now, he could also go for Stoog. To be honest, he could also go for Command Tank and just go some more Panda 4s. I mean, it works, so why not? Going for multiple fuel points, break points at the same time. A bow push here by Pax Ajax versus Treadz. Rifling off from the machine gun. That's a wipe. Great shot there by Treadz. But there you go, field on the scene, T for the wing control. They could possibly have a small time taking out the Panda 4. In fact, just went up. Conflict about wiped out, I think, though. I think he's hard focusing taking out the Panda 4, causing him to forget about the conflict. There we go, wiped out there. Great kill for Treadz. Definitely seems like Pax Ajax is struggling a bit here. Centre secured there by Pax. North Point's being seized by Pax. Can soon go for T-45. Third Panther ready here for Treadz. Sandmax in the north. T-35 can be built here. Definitely should follow up with more infantry. I'd probably recommend some more guards infantry here. Versus Treadz from Pax Ajax. Got that point. Now set from the field gun in the Panther 4. Guardsmen sending out there. Ace level veteran free. Guards with the Grenadiers. Has he forgotten the T-34 again here? I think so. What are you doing, Pax? Oh, he was self-repairing it. Ah, that explains it. He was self-repairing it, just hurt the sound there. That's a really poor spot to do that in. Easy kill for Treadz. Now he has the T-3045 out. He still needs more infantry very badly with his opponent. Really badly. Has recruited the Maxim. He has. No shooting the machine guns. Still has some machine guns, which is more than what Treadz has, and certainly an advantage for Pax Ajax. But the tank losses, though, are not doing Pax Ajax any favour. While he's yet to take out a single tank of Treadz in comparison. So I think something that Pax Ajax needs to rectify fast here. I mean, very fast. Big push with 3 Grenadier squads. We go further north. Might move to assist in the centre. Almost got all 3 Panther force fully ready as well here for Treadz. Mortar could be a consideration. It's bright smoke support and some other bits there. But troops heading out here from Pax Ajax base versus Treadz. Good map control and saying one thing that's really working out there well for Pax Ajax, despite I would say some mishap with his armour. He is definitely exerting very good map control here versus Treadz, which definitely helps undercut some of Treadz' otherwise advantages and strengths. You can just ensure that Treadz can't effectively control the map. So 2 thumbs up with Pax Ajax. But he does need to work his tank preservation there and some other bits, because there's obviously some flaws here in Pax Ajax strategy which undermines his tactics, which again I would say are quite solid. Yes, Basil. There should be Stooks, yes. Before there you go, counter-rushing force and Uvra. Panther going for the building, there you go, collapsing it, killing the max machine gun there. It was risky to stop into building, always low and healthy. And Treadz took full advantage here versus Pax Ajax. T-Fit was supporting. Getting some good damage in, then the T-Fit of Panther 4, they're taking down the half-health field and shot supporting in as well there. But yeah, when Pax Ajax needs to like close the gap between him and Treadz, losing a full machine gun team like that is not doing him any great favours. Let's just put it like that. Panther going forward, back up to Pack 40. Then he's being hammered out in the open here. Panther going for a deep flank here. Bit risky here by Treadz, but theoretically could be supported with some smoke and some other elements, but sadly isn't. Almost losing the Panther 4, but again, Panther Tactician at least allows him to, get out of that one. North here, guards rounded with the Panther 4. Troops reinforcing. T-Fit moving forward, backed up with the field gun. Gunners on the fire there. Panther 4 being slowly fixed up. Another T-35 there for Pax Ajax. Very good. Still could do with more infantry in the longer run. And we get a fresh machine gun team here for Treadz. Panther 4 down to half health and counts the field guns on the T-35. Panther Tactician deployed again. Worth noting, a lot of these early smoke launchers, they were actually discontinued by the Germans, as it turns out. They were actually quite flammable, which is obviously not what you want your tanks to be. So they rather quickly stopped doing that, would eventually switch over to the Verteidigungswaffe, which, was effectively like a tiny mortar inside the Panzer, a grenade launcher mounted in the roof. They could just fire like smoke shells, fragmentation bombs, or flares. Less flammable too. A little fun fact there. T-35 sitting out there. Was mounted on most German vehicles, apparently not the Hetzer from my understanding. That one did not receive enough Verteidigungswaffe, which is a bit interesting. Of course, it had the remote control machine on top instead. Panzer being fixed up.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Garten famous the Grenadiers. Field bombarding. Choreograph against the Guardsmen. Nice shot. Panzer flanking the T-35 there. Very good, very good. Big push with triple Panzers from Treadz. Pax Ajax armor spawning, fielding up maneuvered. No mind power down here from Pax Ajax. Definitely mistake with Pax Ajax. Well, there you go. T-35 abandoned. Got one of the Panther 4s. T-35 being hammered though by Pack Fire, Panther Fire. Field Grenades turning around, but it's a bit tight, plus all the smokes make it hard. There you go. Second T-35 down here. Great push here by Treadz in the end. Infantry, of course, all supporting. And it's really tearing through here, Pax Ajax. There you go. Second T-35 there. Wrecked. A brutal, sundering push here against Pax Ajax and the Soviets. There you go. Second field crew wiped out. Grenade on the Pioneers and the Grenadiers. Land in the midst, causing some damage. But the guys will need to get out there before the Panther 4 ends their lives as well here. Almost ace on that Panzerkampfwagen 4. Okay, just got 2 Panther 4s now. There's eventually 2. Might lose the other Panther 4, but that seems a bit speculative at best at this point. Getting hammer. We do get the armor piercing, incendiary armor piercing round, which is great versus the infantry, but not really going to do much against the armored side skirts of a Panther 4. Though apparently he's still landing a tiny bit of damage as it gets close to the rear armor. Interestingly enough, that's a bit lucky. But yeah, not something you should be relying on to take out the Panzer 4 with. That would be a bit awfully optimistic. Another field out here for Pax Ajax. Also worth noting, of course, for Pax Ajax suffered infantry losses and wipes. Treadz hasn't. So Treadz still has 4 full infantry squads, whereas Pax Ajax is down to like 3 infantry squads here. That's it again. Pax Ajax map control is buying some time here, allowing to maybe come up, with some new measures versus Treadz. But I definitely think he needs to like sharpen up a bit here and reconsider what he's doing just at least a bit there. Otherwise, you just risk, handing Treadz the victory at this point. But yeah, I think does have some time to turn those around, simply due to the big 2-point lead and the map control I've managed to build up here versus Treadz until now. Definitely should have mined more when he could have here versus Treadz though. Also, typically, like, one thing you want to do with like a big map advantage is to turn it into a big mine advantage, because again, that makes it hard for your opponent to then grab the map and bleeds them out and makes them more paranoid, which tends to then also slow them down, meaning you get several. It just becomes easier to hold them up the larger map because then your opponent's afraid to attack into it. So those are some considerations there to keep in mind as to why mining is good. It's not just the immediate damage it does, but depending on the opponent, it can completely force them into a different stance and make them play a lot more passively, which, if you're already in control of a good portion of the map, is hugely advantageous for you as a player. Go for the Grenadiers here. Trying to stay clever rifle grenade, obviously. There we go. 107 versus 299. Machine gun in the center.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Season northern points. We got the third MB42 ready there. He's opening out the third infantry. Third infantry responding, of course, with their own MB42. We do get some mines from Pax Ajax finally. Thumbs up. Feels a bit on the late side. There's things rifling it off here from the south towards the counter of the northern field point. Machine getting outmaneuvered here by some of Treadz Grenadiers, trying to go for deep flank. The engineers, I think, going to make it a bit tougher to pull that off. Panther 4 still on the move here. Could definitely allow here for a defeat for Pax Ajax. And off Pax Ajax, not for, but off. And we do get a command tank now here for Treadz. The Befehls Panzerkampfwagen 4. In the south, Gartman to the M42 getting hosed with glorious righteous German lead. Also worth noting, while he has gone for Festung arm, we have actually seen a lot of the Doctor. I mean, we've seen a bit of Panzertechnik, now the command tank, but for example, no hold down. And obviously, not really much room for the Pak 43. Honestly, they should have gone for the Flak 88 back when they made the game in the day. And of course Royal Vertical support. Good hit on the transport there, filling up something the Panther 4. T-55 on the way here for Pax Ajax again. We'll have to keep that one alive for longer. Command tank spearheading a push here back up on the Panther 4s and the Pioneers. Infantry support that would be great. And of course he does also have the railway to support there for some extra fun. There we go, calling in here outside his opponent's base more or less. Wiping the field gun, destroying it even. Apparently just want to make sure that nothing lived there. And then go fresh T-3485 out here for Pax Ajax versus Treadz 3 Panther 4s, so 1 command tank and 2 regulars. Troops are advancing. Southern points being seized here by Treadz and the glorious German army. Command tanks forward, engaging, shot fired, went a bit above. Good hit on the T-55 over the Pac 40. Situation of Pax Ajax remains at this point, I think, pretty bad. We even got an Ace Panther 4 here, pocket target, if you will, for Treadz, which is definitely very bad news. We do get some marked target here. We do have some dark to get a tank grenade off, but yeah, not looking great here for Mr. Pax Ajax now versus Treadz and the German army. The comfortable Wolf is tearing through him. Gartner being murdered by heavy Panther 4 fire. Gartner being wiped out with Panther 4s as they advance. Nice hit on the T-35. Pax Ajax struggling under the withering fire of Treadz Panzerwaffe. Also got a field gun away here from Pax Ajax, I think further sealing his fate. Aircraft shot down, crashing into the nearby building, causing a complete collapse. Shattered. Finishes the conscripts. Put Molotov off. Rifling off a turn attempted, but not working out there. No hold downs though. Would be fun to see him just hold down a single thing just because he can, but oh well. Not an important thing, anyways. Yeah, Pax Ajax kind of seems lost now. I mean, in theory, he could try and maybe, like, pull off a really great flank and completely blindside Treadz, but so far it seems like Pax Ajax, at this stage of the fight at least, doesn't have that in him anymore. So, making a push here for the south, straight into the Panzerwaffe under Treadz command, into the Pocket Tiger. Field on the T-35, now the machine gun away for Treadz, very good, thumbs up, thumbs up. Bit of anti-tank rifle on the Panther 4, T-35 breaking force into the field gun there under Treadz command. We get a bombardment actually, so he doesn't have to worry, the T-34 doesn't have to worry about the field gun, at least for now. And there you go, bombarding of the machine gun there. In the south, Panther 4 being the advancing conscripts. Second Panther 4 moving in, plus the command tank, and with this Pax Ajax option seem very much shut out of the game here by Treadz. Germany, Deutschland. No matter how valiant that T-35 crew fights against the Germans, there's just not enough. So there you go, GG, game over. A loss here for Pax Ajax, victory for Treadz. And while Pax really had good backfill for a good portion of the map, he just was like used effectively, didn't mind, and some of his resources I think were wasted. I think at times too many Molotovs, didn't get enough troops upgraded, lacked infantry at times, and also going for a field gun much faster. So there was some issue there for Pax Ajax, which I think allowed Treadz to slowly but surely secure the game. That was fairly close with the victory points. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on the channel, friends, channel family, don't tell me. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. Until tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.